Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome to yet another episode of Let Love Talk, a segment where I'll be calling various people from different avenues of life and interviewing them on relationship issues with the aim of hearing their views and hopefully learning from them. So today's topic is something that has been at the back of the minds of many men out there. They may not say it out loud because they don't want to sound unfair, but it eats them up. Alright? The topic and question at hand: can a career woman handle relationship responsibilities? Can a career woman handle relationship responsibilities? My guest on the line to address this one is Mr. Don Mukonde. He is a networks and information security specialist. Don, how are you doing? And welcome to Let Love Talk.
Hi man, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me here. I'm really happy to be here. It's a privilege. How are you doing yourself?
Hey, I'm glad to have you on, and I'm doing well, thanks. So first, do you believe in gender roles within a marriage setup? Like a man should do this and a woman should do this?
Oh, okay. Interesting start. Well, in our day and age, personally, I would say I do not really believe in gender roles. I think in the olden days, it used to be a thing, and that was usually mostly because it was set. Like, that's how our forefathers grew up. A man as a man, as you're growing up, you're told you'll be a provider. And then as a woman, they're also told, no, for you it's taking care of the house or the home.
Yeah.
And I think that mentality is what brought our forefathers up. Like, it was in them. But these days, with modernization and everything, I think gender roles are slowly losing their value because women are getting into what men do. So men are also getting into what women do. So along those lines, I think it's, especially in a marriage setup, gender roles don't really make it, or are not really as valid as they used to be. Don't get me wrong. Yes, there are certain things that as a female or as a wife, you should take care of as your primary roles, so as to a house or a home being fully functional. And the same applies to guys. But in our day and age, I think it's good that those roles are interlinked. So to answer your question, I don't believe in gender roles.
Yeah. Interesting response. So now that you have said that you don't exactly believe in gender roles, here's my question for you. Speaking of things that have been instilled generation to generation, what is your take on the current norm that a man should naturally be the breadwinner of the house? Like, why do you think this system has been in existence for so long? Like, why haven't the women stepped up and taken over the breadwinner status?
Okay, so these roles, I believe, they can be categorized. There's the major roles, say the man being, as you've put it, the breadwinner, and then the woman being like the one who takes care of the home, like the one who makes the home functional. I think these are partly tradition, and then for those of us who are spiritual, you would also mention the fact that it's actually biblical, where some verses talk about a man should provide for the family and stuff. So tradition is hard to get rid of.
True.
And it's a norm that still has meaning and value even in our day. But the other roles, the smaller roles, are the ones which I'm probably relating to a bit more.
Okay.
For example, we would say housework, house chores, those things and all that. Those are normally put on the woman, and the guy is free or something like that. But I think that shouldn't be the case. I'm not so much against the fact that the man should be the breadwinner. It's okay. That can go on. That can continue.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean the woman should sit back and relax to say, no, it's how it's supposed to be, the man will provide. And then it also doesn't mean that the man should, after providing for the family, should now sit back also and say, okay, I've done my part. She should now also do her part. So it should be a conjunction of the two.
Okay. Wow. I like that. So, speaking of women stepping up to that level of financial contribution within the household, here's what I want to ask you now. From a general point, right? Let's bring in careers now. From a general point, do you think careers or formal jobs make it hard to perform household responsibilities? And by household responsibilities, I'm touching on some of the things that you just mentioned. The cleaning, the cooking, the raising the kids, and things like that.
Yeah.
And I'm asking this from both angles of the husband and the wife. Do you think careers make it hard to do those things?
Well, I do believe formal employment does have a bearing on chores at home. Well, we might put in the aspect of kids later on in the marriage.
Okay.
I mean, there are some say dads who leave the house at 5 or 6 before the kids wake up, and only get back at 22 or 23 when the kids are asleep. And it's possible days and even weeks can go by without parents or fathers being in touch with their kids.
True.
Nowadays it might be a similar thing to women as well, because they are also in demanding places and demanding occupations. So you find that both parents perhaps don't have as much time to be at home and take care of things as it should be. But of course, every problem has a solution. Some people have done it, others are doing it. It's a matter of planning and balance. I think there is a solution to it.
Exactly. Planning and balance is everything. It's very essential when the schedule of formal employment is at play.
Yeah.
All right. So now for the grand question, right? The pillar of the episode.
Okay.
Don, we cannot ignore the fact that the education of a girl child has somehow been suppressed in many communities across the world, right?
Of course.
And on top of that, there are husbands out there who do not want their wives to attend that higher level of education, with many of them fearing that the wife might, stray off and become a career woman. And a career woman is typically characterized as somebody who prioritizes her job over almost everything. She has to get up early for work. At times she goes on work trips, goes out of town for days. She's usually tired and whatnot. Now, as a man, right, you have physical needs.
Of course.
Right. And at some point you may want to have children. Now, with that said, my question to you is, can a career woman handle relationship responsibilities? Can she balance between her job and taking care of the husband and the children?
The answer is yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think we do have examples of some figures, women to be specific, who are in management positions and top jobs, who also have a fairly balanced family life.
Okay.
So it is possible. It's not easy, but it is possible. But of course, there's also the other end of the spectrum where people talk about career women as women who take their time to get married, perhaps don't even get married at all, because they are so focused on their career. And at the end of the day, I think life is about balance, and a balance can be found where a woman can actually be a career woman and support her family. Of course, you cannot again put her on a scale or compare her to a woman who has no other occupation. In that area, you would say she's failing. But of course, if you put her on her own scale or compared to other women who are also in careers, you will find that they are managing to the extent that they should. So if some women are able to manage, I really don't see a reason why others shouldn't. Yes, maybe you say their upbringing is different and everything like that. We're all different people, but there should be a common ground as human beings. So a career should not be an excuse for a woman to fail to be a good wife or a good mom to take care of the home. Same thing applies to men. There's no way blaming a job is right, or putting an excuse because no, I'm busy, I'm always at work and stuff like that. It's always about striking a balance. That balance should always be found. So be it a career man or a career woman, they can still make it.
Okay. Seems there are no excuses. So essentially, if she's able to balance between her career and her household, then she's well and good. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That was Don Mukonde's 2 cents right there. So kindly leave a comment down below. Please hit that like button and that subscribe button if you haven't already, and ensure to hit notification as well. I'll talk to you in the next video.